This week on Blackboard Fridays, we're going simple because in simplicity, there is power. And this is the simplest framework that I use for my business and my clients, and therefore is the most powerful. It's understanding the difference between the stuff, what we do, and our context, why we do what we do. And it has such a massive impact on change, on empathy, on understanding, on your relationships in business. Let's give some examples. If, like most business owners, you've got something going on in your business you don't quite like, it's not working, you're probably going to jump in and try and change what gets done. And you're going to muddle through that, you're going to struggle, your team are going to resist because they don't understand why you're making the change. If you think back to all of the Business Depot way, every single one of those tools is designed to take a specific piece of stuff in your business and first of all, take it up to context. Understand why you're making the current decisions. Maybe they served you in the past. Maybe it wasn't important in the past. Maybe you didn't know better. But if you can come up to the context, then you can change the context. Changing the context is so much simpler than changing the stuff. And when you've changed that, when you've communicated that to your team, then you can come back down into the stuff and have them on board with the changes. Let me give you a specific example. A client of mine recently made the decision to change their reporting process, the big detailed reports that they give to all of their clients. Now, they could have gone into all of the different software choices that they were doing, some of the different instructions and workflow processes for their staff, but instead we simplified that entire conversation. We started by saying, right, let's not talk about what the current process is, but let's talk about why the current process is. And the context was accuracy. They had made a decision 15 years ago in that business that they wanted their reports to be the most accurate approach to those reports in their industry. And that served them well, but not anymore. Because as a result of that accuracy, they were taking a long time to produce. And clients were getting frustrated because clients didn't really care whether it was 80%, 90% or 100% correct. They just wanted that report in a timely manner. So we needed to shift from accuracy to timeliness. And once you make that decision, suddenly the team go, oh, well, there's this step that takes me forever and doesn't really add anything to the report. Suddenly the team are on board with the change and they're now getting their reports done in half the time. They're saving hours a day, and not by jumping into the stuff, but by getting clear on why they used to do it and why they're making the change. How does this show up in conflict in business? Well, you'll often have a situation where you get different individuals who are running different contexts. Let me give you a real example. I've got a client and their context is very much around servicing their clients. Now they've got a business partner who runs a different context. He is much more of a family man. Now how does that show up in the stuff? Well, let's say you've got a client who sends you an email at 2 minutes to 5 in the afternoon asking for something to be delivered to them at 9 a.m. the next morning. Now if you have a context of client, servicing the client, you're probably going to stay back to midnight to do it. If you've got a context of family, the family is more important, you're probably going to reply to that client to say, that's not a possible time frame. I'll get it to you tomorrow afternoon or the next day. I'm still going home and having dinner with my kids. There's no right or wrong in the context, and that's where we can create frustration. Because if we don't understand the context of those that we work with, we can only see the stuff that they're doing, and we assume that everybody is like us. So you get this frustration amongst these two business partners where this guy can't understand why this guy's constantly going home on time. And this guy doesn't understand why this guy is working back late and working the team to the bone. We could have had a whole conversation, and in the specific instance of that business, there was an issue with resourcing. They needed to hire more people. Well, at least this guy thought so, because the clients weren't getting the service that he expected. And they had a lot of arguments back and forth around hiring more people until I came in and had this conversation with them instead. And my conversation was as simple as, hey, your team are not getting home to see their family on time because they're overworked. If you want your team to have a family context, you're going to need to recruit more people. That whole back and forth conversation disappeared immediately because by getting clear on the context, we made a decision in the stuff that got things a lot simpler. Now, why is it that I say the golden rule is bullshit? You might remember the golden rule. It says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that's complete bullshit because that assumes that everybody has exactly the same context you do. So if this client made a decision to do unto others based on his context, he wouldn't be servicing those other people properly. Instead, understand what the context is for other people. Do unto others the way they would like to be treated. If you just look at yourself, you're only ever going to do to others what you would like, and you're not going to empathize, understand, you're just going to drive them crazy, and they're going to drive you crazy. Take the time to understand why you do what you do, why others do what they do, and to have conversations in the context, not in the content. Simplify your life and take that simple approach to creating powerful change and easier conversations across your entire business.